FPX win this, they go to Master Shanghai. If Trace win this, we go to a third map, which is Sunset. So FPX still running triple controller. Up against a good opponent. I think like FPX like 5-0 with this comp. It's crazy. And last time that these two played on this map, it was 13-10 to FPX, but FPX were playing a different comp. So Feng Feng is in, cutting across again, much like he did on the attack of Bind, but great trades, good like playoff from Lysol here too. It means that this plant is a little bit more difficult. You got the smoke here from the Viper. That's the other thing as well to add, which we'll go over when we get a second. Different defensive wall from FPX. Not this usual one. Hebe is going to catch Lysol completely by surprise here, but he just whiffed a little bit. Not quite the weapon for it. And I like this call, actually, from Berlin. For the Paranoid to go across. You got two people flanking all the way around, so you're planting nice and open. You can play for this space a bit more. King has a smoke, which I imagine he's putting right here, so you got a player in stairs to play off. They got smoked off. Everybody seems to be going through Trace. So this is like good repositioning from Trace too. Just a player advantage. Everybody sticking together from FPX, making sure that if somebody goes down that they get traded. You got an Astra smoke here. You've got Omen smoke on the plant. You've got a Grav as well that was used. There's the trades. One snuck past with Hebe. He doesn't have a snake bite, so he doesn't know that they've got off of it at this point. Now he does. He's able to get off of it. Jump in, click with a classic. Oh, they're both so low. Is this doable? Not quite. My god, what a shot from life at the end. 17 HP, 36 HP. Time was getting very, very low there. Trying to also, yeah, I realized I forgot to do that. But these breaks have been very quick, to be fair. Is the HUD not updated for the maps? I guess not, actually. It's not something I've paid attention to. Good point. How do you think triple smokes work for FPX? Well, we can see. So they have the Viper wall over towards C, which helps them hold onto this space a bit more. And you'll see like an Astra smoke being put here, an Omen smoke maybe, Paranoias. If they want to be aggressive on A main, there's a load of utility that comes out. There is a round in one of the like top 5 moments from FPX with this comp, which if we have time, I'll try and find it. At the very least, I'll try and find it over the next couple of days. Paranoia is going to try and push and take space. Why are you at least trades? And Berlin doesn't quite have the weapon for it. Oh, lucky that King managed to get out in that corner as much as possible. He's going to try and go back out there and take this fight, but Lysol's just ready for it. Maybe a little bit over-aggressive from King. I like the idea, but it just, timing-wise, didn't work out. Lysol gets another 2. Why would they try and play another smoke over a Cypher or a Killjoy? I don't think, like, Sentinels on this map, I think you kind of, especially, I don't really like Cypher on this map too much. And then if you're playing Killjoy, most of your utility goes over on C. And I guess it's just a little bit too easy to read. With C here, you can contest it a little bit. You don't have the same like stalling power or stopping power, but you do have some really good utility to go for a retake. Like here, you don't need to try and fight this as much. But also, like, you can be strong side here and still have utility to go over on A to help these guys. Because you can just put a glow, like, one way here. You got an Astra smoke there. Life. Bonus round for them. They peek, they go down. So just keep paying attention to some of the smokes I put in here. You got the Viper Poison Cloud. You got the Grav just behind it as well that can stall stuff out too. And King just TP's right in. This bonus... I mean, this bonus is looking like it's going to win the round. See what I mean? No, like, you see Trace, like, they're not even properly in just because of all of this, like, abundance of smokes and utility. And Autumn gets an ace on the bonus. How do you think this comp would square up against the new comp that Paper X is playing? I think pretty well. I think this is just a very, very mid-roundy kind of comp. Like, very mid-range. Like, it's not super aggressive. It's not super good at stalling stuff out. but there's just an abundance of utility that can keep coming up. Like, you can use your Astra Stars on various stuff. You don't have them come back, obviously. But Omen Smokes you can keep using. You can keep putting that Viper Wall up. The Astrian. Yeah, you got one way. This round, like, no utilities really needed to be used. Kai's found some space here. You've got an Astra Star. You've got the wall still. An Astra Star over here. Dizzy Paranoia. Like, all that utility. Nice and clean. But they decided to not count the first map. You mean at the top? Bottom is the flex for FPX, right? Yeah, pretty much. Has there been a 13-0 in China yet? No, there hasn't. The only 13-0 we've had... Well, we've had one in China, but we've not had one in China this year. We had a 13-0 in the Ascension final last year. Trace timeout, understandable again. Although this is just before you have a full buy, so FPX can look at what ultimates you have, what you might do. Always risky to do these kind of timeouts, but like, it says a lot that Trace and Destroy is doing them. Just saw the comp. What is this? The future. Hold on. It's the future. Sorry, that was really loud. That's what this comp is. Kind of wild that a team that won 13-0 lost the finals. Yeah, in a best of 5 though, sometimes happens. Right, you got a full buy here, you got a timeout for both teams, so it's a really good chance to see some of this. Like, you got just the stars set up, and like the fact that you can pick these up and sort of reuse them. You got a one-way over here, not really fighting that much for this space is FPX, maybe because they know that Trace doesn't fight for this space an awful lot anyhow. So they're gonna try and fight C. Like, look how much they're just like, just take the C site, just take it. We don't want it. Literally, they've just given up the site. Where so many other teams are like, oh, we need to have the Viper and the Killjoy over here because we need to stop this with like snake bites, and they have a Mosh that could potentially come out here. There's the showstopper. There's the Astra utility. Stun's perfect. Blins open the door. You have the Poison Cloud. You got Ayang playing like towards CT, just holding, just in case they decide to like push up and pass. But in both cases, Trace have not really got past this area. They've not been able to plant the spike. And there's no Killjoy there. Like, how? How is that possible? I think this is a lot harder to play than a normal comp, but the fact that you see them sort of fighting for this, that they have lots of utility there ready to set up, you have the Initiator to re-clear this if they've inserted a player. This feels a little bit like they've just overfaced, especially after they get like the first kill and stuff. So Ayang doing much here is probably not likely. How is map 1? Pretty good. Oh yeah, the UI is completely gone now. They heard us call out the fact they didn't have the score, and it's like, well, we're not giving you any information then. Yeah, a little bit of FPX overfighting, perhaps. Pointing the triple controllers to force the attacking team to go for a smoke at one point. I mean, it's the same as Icebox, right? When you have teams playing like normal stuff. It's not, yeah, like, you're definitely right, because we saw it with the Clove Icebox game. It's not only like the attackers have to push for a smoke, but it's also, if you're playing well off each other, you can push out of your own smoke and catch it by surprise, which is what caught Billy out an awful lot. I think to beat this comp though, you need to find the signs of when FPX are calling their bluff. Like last round I said, you know, they fought for this and then they backed off. Here, They're actually like stacking on the site and fighting it. Berlin, I thought, was going to consider to go into it. They're trying to nade it to break it, but at least 2 players. Oh no, they did destroy it. I mean, that was going to catch potentially 2 free players. But they managed to just get in. Also, this wall, I don't know if that's intended, but if it is, you've just effectively given yourself a bit of a one-way. Berlin goes in. This is feeling a little bit like FPX are getting beyond it. This is what it forces out. This is what Saint was on about. Like, it makes pushing smokes like that scary. How did it show it? How did it not get any kills? It almost kills 3 of them and doesn't actually connect onto any of them. How is that fair? You literally do like 400's worth of damage and you don't get a kill. First time the Tracer being able to plant the spike though here. In a natural, like, well, I was gonna say competitive round, but it's the same as before. It's a 1 versus 3. It was 1 versus 3 before, 1 versus 4 now. Tracer have looked a lot better since the timeout though. It feels like they're getting good at like trying to bait in these fights a bit more. I don't know why Berlin had to push in there. That's crazy. It's so unlucky. And then Fung on 16 HP gets another 2. Yeah, it's this. We need to like just stick that in each time.
现在连追2分啊 ，TE 稍微好起来了一些。这回合的话，方法做了一个转变啊。
Don't jinx。
防来到了一个 B 侧 ，C 点现在是靠着技能打拖延就行了，接下来尽量不要再掉人这个思路。土球仍然是
3 people facing here. There's a lot of full contact stuff as well.
还是比较有经验吧，但他第一波把自己的道具全收了，那这样的话
It's what that like initial Fnatic comp is good at too, is just, you know, prodding and probing around the map, not giving too much away. So I don't really like the sort of double initiating no Viper comps with the like breach and stuff. Because you're giving away the game plan a lot, but you're just hoping that like it doesn't matter if you know that we're coming C, you can't stop us. Lin gets 1, fighting for the double doors as well. Just good duels. Ryu gets 2 before he gets traded. 1 versus 3 now. Like, if you just go fully deep into C, they just go and fight this, because they have a wall that can isolate this, they can poison cloud this, they can Astra smoke it. It's literally like, if you go C, you're losing C main. What's the thing that the player has on his forehead? It's like a sort of like sweat pad thing. Like a cool pad, yeah. Usually you just put them on like your arms and stuff, but some players just put them on their head. Yeah, I think the Paybreaks comp against this would do really well too. Just because, like, you don't care if they're smoking stuff, you're just cutting through it anyhow. Does Trace want to try A? They're so scared to. I mean, again, because it's like an onslaught of utility that can come in here. Like some of the rounds, you see like a Grav here, the Paranoia cutting across, and TPing on top of this. Echo Flash coming through. A lot of cute little things that FPX do on this map. But I agree, like, you can't just give this up. Literally, the only thing that worked there is you peek out of an opponent's smoke, and you manage to get good timing. You do it there with Fung Fung, you don't have good timing. And trying to fight a bit back. I'm gonna wait for the snake bite to drop, and then he's got Thrash. I saw Paranoid hits 2, and one of them peeks are all the way out for Hebe. And then Kai can't really follow up because he's paranoid. Oh my god, Lysor. When did he even... I didn't even see there was a player behind him. We had the minimap. Good grief. Yeah, Lysor's... I'm so happy for Lysor because everybody was just asking for his head after Madrid. I think if we see FPX like win this stage, I think Life would be an obvious like MVP. But I would be arguing heavily for Lysol. Like, we all know that Life is good, and he's an amazing player. But the difference between Lysol from kickoff going into this one, it's crazy. You could also argue Autumn for just moving on to a new role.
可能产生奇效，也有可能会出现这样的一个代价。明局已经到了来福的手里，来福和本令已经把 C 大给摸干了，同时在 A 大的前点方 Plus 的地图控制区域反而又比较的宽广。
He gets the RyanCentral MVP award.
把 C 点抢通了，这马上要绕自己后身位，这个明居压力可以很多。已经开始被夹成了汉堡包。是的 ，B 点位置想做一个前点的钉子位，但对方也不给机会，现在打得非常稳。
Right, now they're going to try and fight for A little bit more. Again, 1-0. I've never seen this door being opened and fought for so much. Lysol's just going to fight this? Oh my god, he gets one. The Horn's going to show him up. He still gets another before he's traded. Lure King's in a great spot here, just as a stinger. Now he has to make an operator work, which could be scary. Flash is going to be used. Close the sight is going to force White. Who's kind of screwed here. Hits him. Paranoia is perfect to just buy a bit of time, but it doesn't actually hit them. Oh, he's just trying to scare him with the operator. It's not plenty for him. The Horn, the C's coming in right at the same time as Lure King. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, I guess. Players walking out on sight. Autumn, he's got half. Oh, he's got it. Amazingly done. Down to 10 HP too. What a clutch. I don't know how he managed it, but I think as soon as he heard like Lure King like walking onto site, he knew that he had it. Also, the sheer freedom for Life to just walk out of C and just flank the women up. Wow, super close. Yeah, we have it as a pinned message, don't we now? Yeah, Lexi's on it. Yeah, it's 1-0. I can even put it in the title if we need. Because the HUD is gone. Round 10, force up, which I think is a good idea. Means that you got an eco for round 11. You can also just win this round. I think the one thing, actually, that you do against FPX with this comp, you buy like 4 Odins. And you do your biggest cosplay of Fnatic and Liquid yesterday. Doesn't matter how many smokes there are if you're just going to kill them through them. Lysol saved him last round. Oh yeah, of course. It was a fantastic clutch from Autumn, but the 2 kills that Lysol got. He's got a clutch here though. Phantom versus Vandal too. Is that going to matter? Not with... Why are you getting that close? Nice. How's the start of the game been? First map was great. Really enjoyed watching it. Like, I was a bit worried that Trace just wouldn't be competitive in the series. Because, like, for kickoff, for the qualifying games for Madrid, both were pretty, like, bleak. FPX kind of destroyed DRG, and then Trace were close against Edward Gaming in the first map, but then the second map, they just got bodied. Like here, I'd love this to go to a full best of 3. Horn dodge from Life. There's 4 players here. And there goes the aggression. Astra smoke. Wingman's going to clear some of this stuff. Look how many smokes there are. Zilv, the EMEA observer that's watching this, is just shaking in his chair, like trying to imagine, like, oh god, sweet Neptune, how would I even observe this? That's a great shot from Ian. It's super important trade. Cosmic Divide's interesting enough, but again, like, you have to peek out and fight through it. The Prowlers here are amazing. Like, Berlin's just wallbanging. Like, he's just stopping the plant. One man at a big wall, and he's stopping the plant. Really good snake bite too. Omen ultimate goes all the way over towards A. I mean, that wasn't going to be heard because of the cosmic divide, but you're going to see that they're using it. He's 30 HP. Everybody else just rotating normally. Nobody's trying to lurk. People are pinging this, maybe to just keep an eye on it. And Luo King, I quite like him just being in a position like this. He's 30 HP. He doesn't see stairs. It's planted. These guys don't need to sort of face aggressively too much. And this Viper Wall actually does so much for Autumn to get into a good position. I mean, he's going to drop and he's going to be just out in the open, but nobody's peeking. Nobody's facing. Good use of Trace to play time here. Good double peek too. The Berlin Wall, God. The Great Wall of Berlin. I mean, he does a lot here, doesn't he? But I do like the TP. I just like the... Fuck this, I'm going A. No one says Berlin Wall on cast, do not say it.
这份 T 经营的一个接触，想抓一下 B 区的人，大拉过来，处理了，全部处理掉。哇，这个大拉太致命了呀！这是必须要做的。
There's nothing wrong with saying Berlin Wall. It's Pearl Harbor that you need to worry about. Like that's the call you want to avoid.
回复开起来 ，B 点站下来，看看能不能拆到单侧啊。这一波属于 T 的一个变速啊。
Plant is in. Yu's pushing up. Oh, the Bucky again. Oh, he got suppressed. Knife down. Is Berlin Wall a sensitive issue? No, not at all. There was a wall that used to be up that separated East and West Germany, and then it got torn down, and now we have one Germany. I don't know though. There are a couple of Germans in here. I don't think it is. 部署出来，主要对 T 来说，唯一可能不太舒服的，确实他们这个阵容。It's not. I'm German. Oh, I didn't know that you were German either. 兼备吧，但是毕竟莲花古城是一张比较偏进攻的地图，攻方拿的分数稍微少了一点。To be fair, you've got Bren saying with moments like this, like it's looking like the streets of London with like knife crime. Like that to me is like. Also, Kilios, what's the one that's in Pacific? There's like a town or a city. Summit Gaming when there's a knife kill. Like I remember hearing that and be like, why is it called that? Oh, because it's a city that has like really bad like knife crime. Hondo Gaming, that's it. And I'm like, we're saying that on broadcast now? Like, good grief. Also, yeah, 5 on defense. Very good here. This is the emote that people are copying. Where is Tondo? I don't actually know. Philippines. What are your predictions? Predictions for like today? I mean, I think it's going to be FPX and EDG qualifying. I think today is going to be a really like straightforward day. But it's kind of like I tweeted yesterday. We have the same top 4 for China for qualifying that we did for kickoff. And considering how bad China looked at Madrid, because they looked fucking horrendous, I would be worried that people would assume that like, oh, China has not gone anywhere in these last couple of months. And I can't express that. FPX look insane. They look genuinely better than EDG. This is the chance that we actually see EDG unseated as the #1 team in China. But also EDG have made some really inspired moves with like role swapping and stuff like that, right? So like I think this is a region that I don't think it's going to be quite there for people to... Not going to have their like Paper X moment for Pacific, for like Copenhagen and stuff like that. But we're getting there. Good kill from Luo King. Season 8, Paranoia, all of that utility just funneling in, but the shots are hitting. That's the important thing. Yu's been good today. Like playing single initiator against 3 smokers is hard, but I think he's been having good utility. And like he's positive as well. Yeah, 5 rounds on 5 rounds on attack. I don't know.
这回合的话，主动来碎这个 AB 令的石门，确实是打出了效果。第一时间的回防。
Considering they lost the pistol and bonus, it's very good. But usually losing the pistol and a bonus is a death sentence.
是拉了一个震慑性的独木，在这个独木之后，如果你 C 大想要去吃到信息出来，是有可能被我单挂的。
It's like 100% more enjoyable to watch China because at least it feels new.
星队去单挂吃到你有没有抢 A 大的这个信息，然后剩下的队员。
This region is, for me, it's just Saturday morning cartoons. Like, you have some really cool stuff, you know, like big Digimon battles, Mega Evolvements, Megazords and stuff like that in Power Rangers. And then you've got, like, Sooty and Sweep. That's what this region is. Megazords battling each other, followed by the Cramp Twins. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
就是很标准的一个要把 AB 令封住，然后把2楼位置封住来禁闭的。你这个独木拉出来，其实对方的回防点也就已经要来了。又是科比，因为自己是一个短枪的情况下
Kai gets 2.
打了2个，还在往前顶。好硬，这个位置确实。
Autumn's got 3 in a there's so many smokes. There's just too many. Classics and fucking free controllers goes way too hard.
然后靠着不断的这种枪械上的升级。
It's like literally you know when it was like closed beta and people with Brimstone would do like worm smokes where they just line them up like this? That's all this round was. Why would you ever go in a smoke like that?
这烟后这小标配都是雄鹿啊，没毛病啊，太夸张了这个。没有，我们想到了3烟能控制区域的玩，但没有想到他们还能这样。
Also, this is the other like FPX 5-ball that they consistently do. Even a snake bite right for this corner where people are going to fight and peek them.
而且上分踢起了4把长枪，这种情况下的话，那没办法，这回合纯 E 的。
Ed and Eddie. Ed and EDG, I like that.
写了一把正义。而且 Life 每次就算拿到蟒侠，打的也很勇。
Fucking Berlin's lab.
他玩蟒侠真的很多时候是玩霰弹枪来玩的的。
All of that utility on backside. Full eco. Like, Life loves the outlaw. Like, he genuinely, I'm just going to play this weapon every time that they're on a low buy. I mean, it works. Money, are they going to have half armor here? Because maybe Berlin keeps a hold of it. Ed and Edward.
然后常规烟啊，然后单向啊，这种东西一出来，这包点里面都没有办法让 TE 形成夹角枪线了。打不出来。但是上回合也是 TE 的一个一口局嘛。对，接下来才是 TE 真正要发力。
There's a wingman stun.
虽然 TE 抢下了首枪分，但是确实之后这2回合打得很艰难啊。那这一分很重要了。YOU.
Yeah. Like, just good utility. All right, Trace. What a sad round to lose. Like, they're not winning pistols all that much, and then as soon as they do, they lose at eco. Oh my god, Life! Christ! Literal life game. I also like this wall because it does stop you from just effectively fighting for this space a lot more. Because then you lose information and stuff on B. Even a deep, like, alarm bot put in. Because if you put it here, when they're in. Know what you can do.
其实也是抓到地图信息之后，整个的一个判断速度非常快。这个4打3，其实对于FunPlus而言有一些操作的空间。按一眼，然后丢丢都还有。但是 YOU 手里没有技能啊，接下来想来抓人抓信息能力比较大。
Paranoia going right across. Ian, good fight from Feng. One away from a showstopper. The satchel. It still doesn't throw off Lysol and he gets another 2. He's 5 HP. Oh my god, the amount of damage that FPX is doing here. Because I guess like Life can just pick up another outlaw and it could like actually fuck them.
It
would have been an insane clutch if you got that third guy. Yeah, you just don't expect it from him.
这个下半场双方的经济就是各自一回合，这样的经济就是谁绷不住就要炸。
Fantastic haunt though, again from YIU. My god. Trace do have another timeout. FPX still have both of theirs. Feng Feng, is he just going to go in with a showstopper? Looks like it.
因为他知道现在其实 T 已经开始在做一些前顶了，那这个明狙就有可能有效果。
Seize nade. Oh, it was just a seize, I think. There's a showstopper. There you go. You got him. Plan works out. Don't push anymore. Just get out. Take the gun. Get out. You can't even do that. You can't even do that. The call was good. I don't know if it was like in the Astra smoke or if there was a grab as well.
地图的范围。对，而且毕竟有手隔断在的情况下，你不知道到底压出来几个，第一时间也不敢去直接回来看啊。你看 FunPlus 在掉一人的一个情况下，他们把自己的节奏慢下来，来福一个人用明狙单控一侧，然后后续再踩。
Oh, we actually have the thingies back. They heard us complain about it, and they fixed it. Okay, no, life is just opping on the attack now instead.
哎呀，这个背身。 默认没人，默认就是一个人来了。
They're still gonna go to C. There's 2 players here, and they're still gonna go in. Lure King still has a paranoia, and there's a Thrash. Thrash is gonna go in. Good luck, Hebe. Lure King gets across. Sees Yang. I don't think they hear the Yeoman TP in. Yeah, just grouping up 2 versus 2. You got a Nightfall. And you got a smoke and a TP. Anything else to work with? A Mosh. There's the Nightfall. It's going to hit both of them? Did it hit the Gecko here? Wait, Lysol dodged it. Did they just not catch him right in this corner? Didn't hit anyone, yeah? Nice positioning from Yang. Missed both. Ugh. I didn't know because it switched away if he like TP'd over it or something.
这一分在前点位 T 已经连着2分了，就是要强硬的抓掉，不管你是本令来也好，还是奥托尼也来好，我就要在你的弱侧里面先凿一个窟窿。这个端这个狙直接往里。
Really good fights from Yang here.
没有想到对方重防侧居然是在 C。
Who's calling an FPX? It's Berlin. Berlin's not sat in the middle because they have Autumn in the middle because he's the non-native Mandarin speaker.
你都已经能感觉到，其实现在虽然比分差距只有3分，但是 T1的形势有多严峻。
Killed the guy in sight and thought it must be empty. Yeah, like, I mean, at that point you don't expect to find the Viper, like, holding onto that angle too.
接下来出现了追分潮，来打断对方的节奏，都可以来喊这种暂停。其实甚至对于 FunPlus 而言，暂停都不需要用。
Because the showstopper and stuff was used towards A. So I guess it's more the fact that you hit the showstopper come in, you assume that there's maybe a couple more players towards A, and that they're being aggressive on that side. So that the C site is going to be pretty barren. So killing one, you go, well, they pushed us from A, so that's maybe like 3 players. We've got one here. What are the chances that there's going to be another player on the C side? Pretty, like, slim. But it was really well played from Trace because it was only the raise that, like, pushed up. I think you had the fade over towards A at the same time. Like, FPX are expecting a setup like this. So if they get a kill over here, they're like, well, there's 3 over towards A that they'll be rotating. There's maybe 1 on B. Not likely going to be 1 on C. And Life is just attack hopping. He loses to the Marshal. But I think they see like 4 players. Look at where Kai is. Yeah, kill him through the smokes. Give him a taste of their own medicine. Nice bowling ball nade, but it doesn't really do that much damage. You don't get a gun upgrade either. You get 2 kills and you can't pick up any of those guns. Blaine's just nesting on them like some weird bird. The FPX attack wall is so odd. It's like the you see a lot of teams do this wall on like pistols and stuff where you kind of go for like B executes. Because you can just isolate off secret. But I think it just makes it very scary to like try to stack and stall here. Because if you try and stick too much on this side, this wall will just cut off people and allow you in this way. Or you can't like hold here without worrying like more of a flank. And you can't hold secret if they do push this way and decide to go their way anyway. Alright, Leo gets another one. Fung. Must be a perfectly placed wall that allows Berlin's little gaps, little blind spots to lurk through. Two versus 2, and there's just no. Now there's a gun. Heibe's picked up the op. That's the gun that he's picked up to try and play this retake with. I think they're just saving. Well, I mean, Heibe is. And then YOU's just seeing if he can get a bit more damage. I mean, the money is still kind of tight for FPX in places. Nice shot. Imagine if he goes and wins it right now. Luckily not, but still, good damage. He saved the up. The Berlin wall. Well, we know at least what to spam now when we have, if we see FPX at Shanghai. It was winnable. Definitely, like, in the 2v2, would have been really, really unlikely. If you'd picked up 2 rifles there, maybe you could have gone for it, but if the only gun you had available was an op, you might as well just save the op. What's the plan now, Batman? Smoke here, smoke across. The C's was perfectly timed. YOU gets one too. Also, at this point, I think every player should be playing a Phantom. Good movement from Feng. Feng was like here. He had his nose basically pressed across A main. And now that this Viper wall isn't up because the Viper's down, it feels that they can sort of play here a little bit more. Still, just look how much they're like. They have 2 players watching this. 1 player now. 1 player with the up about to watch across, but Berlin's expecting it. Please stop shaking, Feng. Nice little off angle. So they lose him. Is that going to pull rotations? I don't think so. Lysel's been spotted. Smoke in Kai. I don't like Kai. Like, I'm glad that those shots came in that made him realize that trying to tuck into here would have been a bit silly. Wingman gets broken. Good. Like, this is what I mean when you're like playing with a killjoy. You kind of just have 2 people full time just watching the stove, which is this choke. Whereas FPX, when they were running just with this Viper wall, they're like, just take the site. We'll just retake it. You think the IGN being Berlin, not Berlin, will allow us to copyright it? I don't think... I wouldn't want to copyright anything. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we have the CN EMA emo. That's something that I want to spread across the masses. We should be spamming that a lot more today. First FPX timeout. There it is. In all its glory. How did FPX look on map 1? Pretty good. They were behind and they came back. They were 8-4 behind on their defense, and then their attack only dropped 2 rounds. So, very well done from them. This is officially the best performance by anyone versus FPX Lotus, by the way. We don't really have many good like Lotus teams in China. We had a lot of teams in EVO that played a good amount of it. Vuk no armor Vandal Cinema. Trace were good at it in EVO. They beat EDG if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then EDG started banning out Lotus. That said, that these are probably the 2 best teams on the maps. Hey JT. Feng is the up. Moved over towards C after the timeout. Get to see a little bit more of like how FPX want to like scale up on this space, which is just an Omen smoke here, and an Omen smoke here, Astra smoke here. I guess it's like if there's any position where they're on this angle, You can't hold it, especially with the operator. You sometimes like to be on there. Get grabbed. You're in trouble. Even just like that pressure, you force out a prowler. Both prowlers used from YRU, and you get this much information. I mean, if you want to see why they run triple controller, this will be a good round to check it on. Poison cloud thrown in. So you have that constant control, Astra smoke, Thrash to clear the site. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, he just like maybe clipped his ankle, but didn't catch him enough to detain him. And then the instant reset to go over here with your own like Viper Wall. Yeah, Kai's gone down. Oh, YRU goes down Viper's pit. This might be done. Might be saving the op. Really good pressure. Trace didn't have anything to stall this. The Thrash scared them off. Even like sort of faking utility a little bit with the Astra. And then just how quickly it went into a B execute there was crazy. The fact it says a lot. Like they go for an execute. Okay, one more kill, you got a showstopper. It says a lot that they went from an A execute into quick pivoting into B, and they still had a paranoia at the end of it that they didn't need to use. Like, what comp do you go, yeah, we don't need to use the paranoia for an execute? Yeah, Kai, like, feels the pressure, right? That's just what he's doing there. Silly fight to take. I mean, this I like it. Oh, sorry. I know Sliggy's not live, so it's what we need to be doing. I mean, that's so much damage. Like, Lure King is 5 HP. Nobody else took damage. It looked like they did. Traded all good. Yeah, but you lose Feng Feng, who is a showstopper now. You're using the lockdown before they've even planted. So again, are we going to see... You've just seen him last round, like, pivot towards B. It seems FPX's call is like, we have 50 seconds. We're just going to wait out the lockdown and then hit A again. And then if they have enough resistance here, just go straight to B. Like, Lightsoul's position, Lure King's position is really good here. Life gets in and gets out without being traded. Is this done? Is this it? 4 versus 2. Lure King has an op and is 5 HP. There's the op. Time now. Oh, a headshot onto Autumn, I think. Time is getting low. I'm getting scared. Is it done? Are we seeing FPX at Shanghai? Like there was any doubt that we'd not seen him at Shanghai, I guess. Oh, he's 5 HP. Just sneeze on him and he's down. There you go. FPX to Shanghai. Literally playing on the same... I mean... That's how much it means to China, right? I've never seen the casters get that animated. And it's because it's literally FPX are going to be at least one of the 3 teams from China attending Masters Shanghai, the first like international event within China. Is China League game quality improving from last year? Absolutely yes. China League game is improved from kickoff. Like this region is getting very good very quickly. And I'm not like, I know Achilles is here. I'm not like Achilles bat-chesting for Korea. I'm trying not to be that. Because so many people don't really follow China that I don't want to throw people off by being like, yeah, this is the best region in the world. There's some outrageously shit stuff that I've seen from China this year. But how quickly this region is learning and adjusting, and some of the creative stuff that they come out with and all of the mechanical stuff. Like, it's China. It'll be a contender for international events in the future. Pacific best region in the world. They have it. But you might actually be right this year. That's the problem. But you know what I mean, Achilles. Like, I think it's not helpful to anybody. The way that I think of it is like, if any of the like if Tombiz was like, hey, I'm doing Master Shanghai, what do I need to know about China? That's the kind of vibe I'm going for. Because I'd be like, Tyloo, shit, I can't stand watching them. It tilts me so much. But FPX, the difference between them going into Madrid and now is really exciting. I was terrified for China teams before Madrid because I was like, oh, this doesn't bode well for them, does it? But like, when you've got FPX running comps like this against some of the better teams in China and still dumpstering people, yeah, it's a good sign that I have a really good feeling about this team in the future. Sorry, Sprite.